Hello teachers, I'm Becky Olson, and today I'm going to be talking about lesson 177, Taking Charge of Technology. Now, one of the biggest challenges with this lesson will be choosing which of the many resources there are to share, which you're going to use with your class. So just keep in mind, stay grounded in the scriptures and the words of the prophets, stay grounded in principles, and this will allow the Spirit to testify and to inspire and to customize the lesson for each of our youth, because they're each at a different spot with their technology use. So I want to share 2 ideas and then 2 resources with connected ideas. The last idea I'm going to share involves the bishop or the branch president, so make sure you give yourself at least a day of lead time for that particular idea. Let's get going. Okay, our first idea is called question and answer, Q&A. So let's scroll down. Here we go. Right here in this first section where we've got these scripture references highlighted, we're going to use Q&A to really get into these scriptures. So first you're going to divide your group into 2 groups. You'll have a question group and an answer group. And you'll read the first reference, and the question group needs to come up with a bunch of questions from the scriptures, and the answer group will need to answer those questions. And then you're going to after giving them enough time to answer questions and discuss, then they'll swap roles and you'll go to the next reference and do Q&A with that one as well. So let's do an example. Okay, let's say we do Doctrine and Covenants, section 68, verse 31. After reading this, the question group could say, how can we be greedy with our eyes? They might ask, what is an idler? Or how is somebody an idler on technology? So these are some of the questions that they could possibly come up with. If you want to allow time for people to look up cross-references or footnotes to come up with their answers, that would be awesome. Another thing to keep in mind is this type of activity is an accordion activity. It can take a lot of time or a little time, just depending on how much time you want to allot for this type of thing in your lesson. A second activity that you could do with your students is to come to this section right here that talks about pausing can help us take charge of technology. Now this information with call it out, make a better choice, connect with someone, this is actually also shared in For the Strength of Youth under Walk in God's Light. And at the very end of that section, it's what to do in the moment. Call it what it is, replace what you're doing with a better choice, connect with someone. So it might be really nice to take a few minutes and let them do a couple little role plays and choose one of these, and they act it out and just try to do a little skit or something like that to go along with this. Now, it might, for them, feel a little bit awkward, but sometimes it provides some good laughs. So it really depends on the group that you have, whether you feel like doing some role playing or skits would be appropriate. Now the first resource I want to share with you is this one called Taking Charge of Technology. And it shows you there's a lot of different resources. This one under Teaching Resources and Video, this printable quick reference guide is the one I want to show you. You could print this and talk about this purpose, plan, and pause. The lesson 177 really is organized in the same way, with talking with the students about planning and pausing. But they could take a look at this and circle the sections that would be something that they might want to try, or a new thing that they haven't, a new tool that they could add. The second resource I want to share is under this additional resources. You have to come all the way down and you see this, Safeguards for Using Technology. Now this is an awesome resources that the church has produced for using with missionaries. It does address pornography use, and I think depending on the situation you have with your youth, this might be an awesome time to consider inviting your bishop or branch president to come and extend a loving invitation to the youth to come and talk with him about any of the questions they have regarding pornography use. And this would help to open the door for some of those youth to make that connection with the bishop or branch president. All right, that concludes our video for today. Thank you so much, and this topic is so relevant for our youth. I hope that you'll be really prayerful about which of these resources to include that will be a good match for the youth you have in your class. And the handout that I referenced, I will put a link to that handout in the video description. And good luck this week. Thank you.